Hi friends! Today we're back in the lab to talk about the human body. The human body is amazing. It does so many things without us even knowing it's doing it, like fighting infections inside our bodies, healing cuts and bruises and other wounds, and digesting things that we eat inside us. All this is happening without us even realizing it. Our body's just like, I got this, go about your day and I'll just fix it. Crazy! So today, I thought we'd discuss the human body and learn a little more about what's going on with us, huh? Let's do it. The human body is made up of organ systems. We have 11 different systems. Can you name any of them? Well, we're gonna get to all of them today, so don't worry about that. The first one is the skeletal system. The skeletal system is made up of bones, ligaments, and tendons. It supports the overall structure of the body and protects all of our organs inside. If we didn't have bones, we couldn't even stand up. We'd just be a little jellyfish. The human body has 270 bones when we're born, but by the time we're adults, we only have 206 bones. What happens to all the other ones? Well, as we grow up, our bones fuse together to make stronger bones to support our bigger body. Isn't that cool? So when you look at an old person and say, why can't you lift your leg up to your head like me? Maybe it's because their bones have fused together and their bodies just won't allow it. 70% of our bones are made up of hard minerals like calcium. The outside of the bone, called the cortical bone, is hard, smooth, and solid. Inside the bone is made up of a porous, spongy material called cancellous bone. This allows room for blood vessels and makes our bones slightly bendable so we're not breaking them all the time. In the middle of the bone is our bone marrow. There's two different kinds of bone marrow, yellow and red. The red is really important because it's where our body produces the red and the white blood cells, which is what fights infections. When we're born, all of our bones have red marrow, but as we get older, only about half of them have red marrow. Our bones come together and connect at the joints. The joints are what allow our bones to move. We have joints in our elbows to go like this, in our knees to bend and straighten, in our fingers to go like this. Joints are what make it possible for us to move around. They connect our bones together. The next system is our muscular system. Can you say muscular system? Very good. Let's see those muscles. Ooh, yeah. The muscular system works closely with the skeletal system. In fact, it's how we move all those bones. Some muscles we move without even thinking, like our heart beating blood throughout our body without us having to do anything, and our lungs moving in and out, taking in air. But some muscles are controlled by our thoughts and our brain. Our brain tells us to move parts of our body, and we do it. Like when my brain tells my arm to wave hello. Hello. Muscles work by contracting and relaxing. Can you try that? Let's try and make all of our muscles in our body contract. Ready? Squeeze and relax. Without us even knowing about it, our brain is sending signals all throughout our body. So we don't have to think really hard about walking. It just does it without us having to worry about it. Lots of muscles come in pairs, like our biceps. We got 2 biceps, and our triceps. Things like that. There's a couple different kinds of muscles. Our skeletal muscles cover our bones and allow our bones to move. We control these muscles with signals directly from our brains. Then we have smooth muscles. These are special muscles that don't connect directly to our bones. These muscles control the organs in our bodies, and we don't even have to think about using those. It just happens in our body. Then we have the cardiac muscle. This is a really special muscle that pumps blood all throughout our body. When we practice something over and over and over again, we get something called muscle memory. And after a while, our body just does it without us even thinking about it. Like if you're practicing a dance over and over and over again, soon your body just knows the dance and you don't even have to remember it. Isn't that cool that our muscles have their own memory? The strongest muscle in our whole body is in our jaw, and that's used for chewing food. I'm glad that one's a strong one because I sure do like chewing food. The next system is the cardiovascular system. The 3 main components of that are your heart, blood vessels, and blood. When we think of blood, most of us say, ew, but that's actually what keeps our entire body alive. Blood carries nutrients and oxygen all throughout our body. Blood is moving through our body all the time. And as it's moving, it's picking up nutrients from food and dropping it off to parts of the body that needs it. How cool is that? It's like a little train chewing throughout your blood vessels and dropping off all the stuff you need to stay healthy. It also picks up oxygen from our lungs, that's what we breathe, and drops it off at cells so it can be used for energy. The blood then picks up the carbon dioxide in our body and travels it to the lungs so we can breathe it out of our body. All that blood traveling around, dropping off good stuff, picking up bad stuff, makes you see blood in a whole new way, huh? The blood vessels are the tubes that the blood flows through, kind of like a tunnel for your blood. Blood is made up of red and white blood cells. It looks red because of all the red blood cells. The red blood cells is what carries the oxygen throughout your body, and the white blood cells are the killer ninjas who fight off infections that may get inside. Thanks, white blood cells. Way to go. All the blood is pumped by the heart, which is an organ about the size of your fist. A heart weighs about as much as a juice box. Before you drink it, I would imagine. Your heart sits right behind your rib cage, a little to the left of center. The heart is constantly pumping, circulating the blood wherever it needs to go through our veins. The next system is the digestive system. Our body needs food, which gives us all the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and energy we need to survive. It's a lot more complicated than just chewing up food and swallowing it. In fact, there's a lot of things that help it all work, like our tongue. Our tongue helps push the food down our throats to begin with. But it doesn't just fall into an empty hole, does it? Our tongue works to push the food down a long tube called the esophagus. Our food goes through the esophagus into our stomachs. And as that's happening, a little flap protects our windpipe so we don't breathe in the food and choke. Once it gets to the stomach, the food hangs out there for about 4 hours, and enzymes break up the food to use it for energy that our body needs. The stomach also kills a lot of bad bacteria that get in there so we don't get sick. Then it travels to the small intestines, where our liver and pancreas break it down so we can digest it. Then the food gets absorbed through the intestines and into our body through the blood. Any food that the body can't use is sent to the large intestine, and later leaves the body as waste. The liver provides bile, which helps break up our food into smaller pieces to make it easily digestible. And the pancreas provides more enzymes to help us digest it even more. All of these parts of our body make it so that the yummy food we put in our mouths goes through our body and gives us the energy we need to survive. Next time you're eating some yummy vegetables, just picture it going down your esophagus and getting used up in your stomach, spread out throughout your body to give it all the energy you need to keep going. The next system is the nervous system. This includes the brain, the spinal cord, and a large system of nerves. This helps your body communicate and allows your brain to control the rest of your body. Nerves are kind of like wires all throughout your body that send signals from your brain to every other part of you to tell it to work correctly without you having to think about it. Motor nerves allows your brain to control your muscles so you can move. Then we have sensory nerves, and this tells our brain what's happening in the outside world, like if we're feeling touch on our skin, what we're seeing with our eyes, or tasting with our mouth, or hearing with our ears, or smelling with our nose. The motor nerves travel from the brain to the rest of our body. The sensory nerves travel from our senses to our brain. So next time you get to pet your fuzzy cat, just think about your skin sending signals all throughout your body, up your arm, to your brain, so your brain knows what's going on. The next system is the respiratory system. This is what brings oxygen into our body when we breathe and lets carbon dioxide out when we breathe out. Let's take in a big old breath of oxygen together. Ready? And blow out some carbon dioxide. Don't it feel great? We breathe in using a muscle called our diaphragm. It flattens out, causing our muscles to expand and bring in air. Let's bring in another breath of air. Can you feel your lungs getting bigger, filling with oxygen? When we breathe in, air gets forced through our nose and mouth and down our windpipe into our lungs. As we breathe in, oxygen gets into our red blood cells. And remember, red blood cells are all throughout our body, constantly being made, which is why we constantly need to be able to breathe to be alive. Next is the urinary system. The urinary system uses our kidneys to filter our blood and get rid of all the bad stuff inside our body that it doesn't need. It includes the kidneys, bladder, and urethra. This helps us pee out all the extra stuff that we don't need. The next system is the immune system. This is what protects us against diseases caused by tiny invaders called pathogens, so tiny that we can't see them. But they're things like viruses, bacteria, and parasites. All these things are what make us sick, and the immune system is what fights those tiny little guys to make us better. The immune system makes special cells that attack the viruses and bacteria. It sends signals to warn our entire body, and then sends the correct attacking cells to fight whatever is making the body sick. When we get things like vaccinations and shots, it introduces a little bit of those bad guys that are already killed or modified so we don't get sick. But the body doesn't know that, so it starts producing antibodies against the disease, and that's what helps your body fight it. So if you do come in contact with that disease, your body already knows how to fight it. How cool is that? Next is the reproductive system. This includes all the organs that allow people to have babies, and they're different for male and female. And the last one is the integumentary system. That's another hard word, huh? This is all the stuff that helps protect the body from the outside, like your skin, hair, and nails. Our skin is super important because it's what protects the inside of our bodies. It keeps the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. It also houses one of our 5 senses, our sense of touch. It also helps control our temperature, like when you get really hot and your skin starts sweating to cool you off. The human body is made up of around 37 trillion cells, and they're regrowing and changing all the time. It's so amazing what's happening inside our bodies without us even knowing. And it's really cool how our body adapts and changes over time. In our brains, we build new neural connectors so we can learn new things. Just like when we talked about muscle memory, you can have muscle memory in your brain too. The more you practice something, the more the neural connectors in your brain start building and connecting. So every time you practice something, you get better and better. Your brain remembers more and more how to do it. I hope you like this little rundown on all of our systems. If you want to learn more about this, there's tons of books, videos, and lots of different resources all about the human body. You can go way more in depth about all of our different systems, and I hope you do. Tell your grown-up that you need an in-depth look about what's going on inside your body. For now, I'm going to go feed my digestive system with some lunch so I have some energy to keep on going. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.